We will talk about relative lowering of vapor pressure. We know that vapor pressure of a solvent in a solution is less than that of pure solvent. And lowering of vapor pressure depends only on the concentration of the solute particles. That means how much amount of solute is dissolved, and it is independent of their identity. That means lowering of vapor pressure does not depend on nature of the solute. It just depends on amount of solute particles. Now, what is the effect of adding a solid, non-volatile solid, on lowering of vapor pressure? It can be known from general definition of Raoult's law. So from Raoult's law, it is possible to know the effect of adding a solid on the lowering of vapor pressure. So we have Raoult's law, P is equal to chi into P naught. So vapor pressure of the solvent in the solution is equal to mole fraction of the solvent in the solution into vapor pressure of pure solvent. You can consider this as equation 1. This is nothing but Raoult's law. As it is very evident, when the solute is non-volatile, it will not get vaporized or it will not get evaporated. Therefore, it will not contribute to the total vapor pressure of the solution. Therefore, we can say vapor pressure of the solution will be the vapor pressure due to solvent in the solution only, not because of solute, only solvent. That is, vapor pressure of the solution is completely equal to vapor pressure of the solvent in the solution. You can consider this as equation 2. Now combine equation 1 and 2. Here left hand side is equal to right hand side. Both are same. Vapor pressure of solvent in the solution only. So when we combine these two things together, we get vapor pressure of the solution is equal to mole fraction of the solvent in the solution multiplied by vapor pressure of the pure solvent. You can consider this as equation 3. Or in terms of symbol, PS, that is vapor pressure of solution, is equal to mole fraction of solvent, that is chi 1, into vapor pressure of pure solvent, P naught. So PS is the vapor pressure of solution, P naught is vapor pressure of pure solvent. Or I can write PS divided by P naught is equal to chi 1. You can consider this as equation 4. Again, PS is equal to chi 1 into P naught, which implies the vapor pressure of solution PS is directly proportional to mole fraction of the solvent, where P naught is the proportionality constant. So if you plot a graph of vapor pressure of the solution versus mole fraction of the solvent, again you will be getting a linear plot only. Vapor pressure will increase with the increase in the mole fraction. The maximum point will be the vapor pressure of purest solvent. The slope of this line tan theta would be equal to P naught, which represents vapor pressure of pure solvent. Now, if the solution has N2 moles of solute dissolved in N1 moles of the solvent, mole fraction of the solvent in the solution chi 1 would be equal to number of moles of solvent, that is N1, divided by total number of moles, that is N1 plus N2. So chi 1 will be equal to N1 by N1 plus N2. We have to substitute this value in equation 4, that is PS by P naught equal to chi 1. Substitute the value of chi 1 here. We get PS by P naught is equal to N1 by N1 plus N2. Now we have to subtract both the sides from 1. So we get 1 minus PS by P naught is equal to 1 minus N1 by N1 plus N2. If you simplify this, we get P naught minus PS by P naught is equal to N1 plus N2 minus N1 divided by N1 plus N2. What is that? N1 will get cancelled with each other. So we get N2 by N1 plus N2. So here the P naught minus PS term will represent lowering of vapor pressure, and P naught minus PS by P naught, this term is called as relative lowering of vapor pressure. And here N2 by N1 plus N2 represents the mole fraction of solute in the solution. So relative lowering of vapor pressure depends on the concentration or mole fraction of solute in the solution. I have written the same thing here. The relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solution containing a non-volatile solute is equal to mole fraction of solute in the solution. In the above equation, N1 and N2 are the number of moles of solvent and solute respectively present in the solution. And for very dilute solutions, concentration of the solute would be very, very less when compared to concentration of solvent. Correct? No? Therefore, N2 is very, very less compared to N1. That's why neglecting N2 in the denominator, we will have P0 minus Ps by P0 equal to N2 by N1. We know that number of moles N of a substance is equal to weight of that substance divided by its molecular weight. So N is equal to W by M. Therefore, here N2 would be W2 by M2 and N1 would be W1 by M1. So we have to substitute those values here. We get P0 minus Ps by P0 is equal to W2 by M2 divided by W1 by M1. This M2 comes to the denominator and this M1 goes to the numerator. So we get P0 minus Ps by P0 is equal to W2 M1 divided by M2 into W1. Here W1 and W2 are the masses of solvent and solute respectively, and M1 and M2 are molar masses of the solvent and solute respectively. So it is clear from this expression that if W2 gram of the non-volatile solute is dissolved in W1 gram of the solvent and vapor pressure of the pure solvent P0 and that of the solution Ps are measured experimentally, then by knowing the molecular mass of the solvent M1, that of solute, that is M2, molecular weight of solute, can be easily calculated. So this is how the colligative property relative lowering of vapor pressure is used to calculate molecular weight of solute.